Have you ever walked into a room so warm and quiet, it felt like time just stopped? No phones buzzing, no to-do lists calling your name. Just the sound of your breath and the soft creak of wood as you settled in. That's what stepping into a true Finnish sauna feels like. It's not just heat, it's healing. And for those of us in our 60s and beyond, it might just be one of the most underrated health tools we have. Now I know what some people might be thinking. Isn't sauna just sitting in a hot box and sweating? Sure, it can look like that from the outside. But inside, especially in a traditional Finnish sauna, it's a completely different story. This is something people in Finland have been doing for over 2,000 years. Not for trend, not for show, but because it works. For the body, the mind, and even the spirit. And the benefits after 70, they go deeper than you'd expect. Let's be honest, aging brings a different kind of tired. It's not just about being low on energy. It's the stiffness in the knees, the slower mornings, the stress of knowing you need to slow down, but not wanting to. That's where the sauna steps in. It gives you back some of that ease and that flow. What makes a Finnish sauna unique isn't just the temperature, though it's usually between 70–100 degrees. That's 158–212 degrees for those of us not on Celsius. It's the dry heat, the quiet, and the way it invites you to do nothing. Nothing but breathe and let go. And surprisingly, that nothing can be one of the most powerful things for a body over 70. First, let's talk about circulation. The warmth of the sauna does something beautiful to our blood vessels. It helps them open up. That improved blood flow can help reduce blood pressure, ease pain in stiff joints, and even improve heart health. One long-term study in Finland found that people who sauna regularly had a much lower risk of cardiovascular disease. That's not theory. That's thousands of older adults, tracked over decades, who simply kept showing up to the sauna and lived longer for it. But there's something else, something more immediate. That feeling when your muscles start to soften, when your shoulders drop an inch lower without you even noticing. That's stress leaving the body. And if you've ever laid awake at 3 a.m., worrying about the mortgage, your grown kids, or the next doctor's appointment, you already know what stress can do to a body. A Finnish sauna gives you a safe, natural reset, one that doesn't come in a pill bottle. The best part? You don't need to be a health nut to enjoy it. You don't need to do it right. You just sit. Let the warmth work its way into your skin, your muscles, your thoughts. You'll come out with flushed cheeks, slower breathing, and a body that feels like it just took a long nap, even if it was only 15 minutes. And if you're thinking, but I'm not a sauna person, maybe you just haven't had the right kind of experience yet. Or maybe your body is ready for a new kind of rhythm, one that honors what you've been through and supports where you're going. Once your body starts to understand what that heat is doing, how it eases tension, how it calms the nervous system, something shifts. You don't just sit in the sauna anymore. You start to look forward to it. And that feeling of anticipation? That's a signal from your body. It's saying thank you. Now let's talk about something just as vital as circulation, mobility. After 70, your joints become a bit like creaky door hinges. They still work, but they groan. They're slower to loosen up, and some mornings you wonder if they've rusted overnight. Regular sauna use gently warms those joints from the inside out. That deep heat relaxes tight muscles, softens stiff tendons, and improves flexibility, without putting any stress on your body. No treadmills, no dumbbells, just heat and breath. Think of it like this. If you've ever tried stretching in a cold room, you know how hard it is to move. But after a sauna session, your body almost flows. You stand taller, you turn easier. That freedom of movement, that's what helps keep you independent. But this isn't just physical. The Finnish sauna is also a powerful tool for mental clarity. There's something truly healing about stepping into a space where no one expects anything from you. No grandkids needing snacks, no emails, no pressure, just heat, silence, and your own breath. In Finland, the sauna is often described as the Poor man's pharmacy. And there's wisdom in that. When you let the heat wash over you, when your body sweats naturally and deeply, you're not just detoxing, you're also mentally letting go. For some, it's where they come to process grief, to calm anxiety, to feel connected to something bigger than the day-to-day shuffle. And let's be honest, after 70 we carry a lot. Not just in our backs and hips, but in our stories, in the losses we've lived through, the friendships we've outgrown, the memories that still bring us to tears. The sauna doesn't promise to erase any of that, but it does offer you a safe place to breathe through it. There's even evidence that regular sauna bathing helps lower the risk of dementia and Alzheimer's. One Finnish study showed that people who used a sauna 4 to 7 times a week had significantly lower rates of memory-related diseases. Think about that. Just sitting, relaxing a few times a week. It's not magic, it's medicine. Ancient, quiet, and rooted in simplicity. And if you're wondering if it's ever too late to start, it's not. People in their 80s and 90s in Finland still use the sauna weekly, some even daily. It's baked into their culture like morning coffee or afternoon walks. And maybe, just maybe, that's part of why they live such long, resilient lives. Now, if the emotional calm and joint relief weren't already enough to make you consider stepping into a warm wooden room with a bucket of water and hot stones, let's talk about something that touches all of us as we age. Sleep. Sleep after 60 can feel like chasing a shy cat. You think you've got it, and then 3 a.m. rolls around and you're lying there, wide awake, counting ceiling cracks. But here's the thing, your body's natural rhythm is still there. It's just a little out of tune. And this is where the sauna comes in, again. When you warm your body up in a sauna and then step out into the cooler air, your core temperature starts to drop. That drop triggers your brain's sleep signals, telling your body it's time to rest. Many people say they sleep deeper and longer after a sauna session. And not just once, but consistently. And let's be honest, a good night's sleep in your 70s feels like winning the lottery. It's not just about feeling rested. It's about waking up without that fog, without that ache behind the eyes, and starting your day with a bit more clarity. And here's a beautiful detail. Using a sauna in the evening can act as a gentle full stop to the chaos of your day. It becomes a ritual. Not just hygiene or health maintenance, but a signal to your mind that it's safe to slow down. In that quiet space, you give your nervous system permission to relax. And that permission, it ripples out into every area of your life. Now let's shift to the heart. Not metaphorically this time, but your actual cardiovascular system. You'd think that sitting still in a hot room would be passive, but your heart doesn't agree. During a sauna session, your heart rate can climb similarly to low-intensity exercise. That increased heart activity helps improve blood flow, which can support blood pressure regulation and overall heart health. It's gentle, it's safe, and for many older adults who might not tolerate vigorous exercise anymore, it's a quiet kind of cardio. And even more interesting, those same studies from Finland we talked about earlier, they show that frequent sauna use is linked to lower rates of sudden cardiac death and fatal heart attacks. Think about that for a second. No pills, no machines, just a habit, born from culture, passed down from grandparents, proving more effective than many modern interventions. There's also something subtle but powerful that happens when you step into the heat. You're reminded that your body still responds, still adapts, still heals. So many people over 70 start to feel like their bodies are in a slow, silent decline. But the sauna interrupts that narrative. It shows you, physically, that you can still bounce back, that you're not done, that you're not broken. There's one more benefit we need to talk about, and it might just be the most overlooked. When you sit in a sauna, something unexpected happens beyond the physical effects. You begin to reclaim silence. In a world that's noisier than ever, silence has become rare, especially the kind of silence where you're not just unplugging from the news or notifications, but tuning back into yourself. Think about it. How often do you truly sit still, without a phone, a TV, or a clock ticking. Away in the background, in a sauna, stripped down to just your skin and breath, the world becomes simple again. That simplicity clears space, not only in your body, but in your thoughts. For many older adults, that space becomes a form of emotional reset, a time to reflect, let go, or even have new ideas bubble up that wouldn't come when you're moving through the day on autopilot. And it's not just about being alone. In Finnish tradition, saunas are also communal. They're where families talk, where friends connect without distraction, where people sit shoulder to shoulder in a way that feels timeless. After 70, when some friendships fade or social circles shrink, the sauna can be a powerful reminder that we're not meant to do life alone. In fact, some people say that the conversations they've had in the sauna are the most honest they've ever experienced. Maybe it's the heat, maybe it's the vulnerability, but something about it encourages realness. And isn't that what we all want more of, especially later in life? Not just small talk, but meaningful, present connection. You don't need a luxurious spa to start. A small home sauna, a community rec center, even a friend's backyard setup can become your new sanctuary. You can begin slowly, just a few minutes at a time, listening to your body, stepping out when needed. There's no gold medal for sweating longer than anyone else. The reward is already in how you feel afterward. Lighter, looser, more alive. So, if you've been wondering whether it's too late to try something new, or whether habits like this still matter at your age, hear this clearly. They do. The body is still listening. The spirit is still hungry for ritual, and the Finnish sauna, as old as it may be, offers something that still speaks to the deepest parts of us. Because aging well isn't just about adding years. It's about filling the years with practices that nourish us from the inside out. If that resonates with you, if you've ever sat in the warmth and felt your shoulders finally drop or your mind soften, leave a comment and tell us your experience. And if you're new to this but curious, let us know what you'd love to try. Click like if this gave you something to think about, and subscribe if you want more uplifting, grounded content just like this. You're not done growing. You're just getting better at choosing what matters. Here's to the warmth, the stillness, and the strength you didn't know was waiting for you inside that quiet wooden room.